Son, it's good to see you just out here and enjoying your life, having a good time. Oh, ladies, sir, young man, you must be Raja, my son's ward. Yes, sir. Oh, don't worry about him, Raja. Just ignore him. Ignore me? Come on now, my son. How can you say such a thing? You took so many of your best traits from me. The way that young man looks at those ladies, I think you've been teaching him the exact same lessons I taught you. Father. Father. Sometimes I miss you. I have one great trait. I am not your mother, and because I am not your mother, this is a visit for pleasure as opposed to some kind of manipulative push. She is so angry at you after you married that woman. She had such plans for her. What? Honestly, it was an inspired move. Father, did you come out here to talk to me about something, or is this really just a pleasure visit? Well, there was one thing. I met one of your vassals, one of the temple keepers, and he has such a stick up his butt. Father, you didn't do anything, did you? No, I didn't do anything. Oh, we'll talk about it the next time. We'll talk about it the next time you hold court. Remember, boy, you owe me everything. That crown on your head was my crown first, and if I didn't agree to your mother, I thought you said you weren't here to manipulate me like mother does. I mean, not like she does. No, I was actually here to manipulate you like I do. Father, please. Hello and welcome back, connoisseurs of Crusader Kings 3. We are here once again with Maharaja Kalaza of Lohara. Oh, our beautiful, beautiful Kashmiri kingdom. You have grown into an excellent little piece of land. Many, many mountain counties and this one beautiful valley. We need to make more money, but unsurprisingly, you have to have money to make money. Oh, this is my son. Pretty is here, and this is Harsa. With my leave, my son Harsa and his wet nurse parade into my chamber. Preeti poses like a herald and proclaims, "My liege, you are witness to a monumental occasion. Harasa has a mighty gift for you." She nudges him forward. "Go ahead, Harasa, tell him." He's like one, so I don't know how he's talking, but whatever. "Father, I lost a tooth." My son proudly presents his toothless smile, handing me a pouch with the fallen tooth inside. Ah, lovely, but keep your tooth as a good luck charm. We could take the tooth for ourselves, but then we'd have to give him money for it, which, you know. Another absolutely cute new child pose. I think we're gonna just try to show all these off now that the kids can do more stuff than they used to be able to do. Although I think kids could cheer before. I don't think cheering is new for kids. Anyway, yeah, we're not doing that. So we are going to do the compassionate, gain a tiny bit of prestige, and let him keep his tooth. There we are. So what are we going to do now? We need to find ourselves a third wife. That's an important thing for us to do. I think we're going to search by traits here, but we're not searching for any of these invisible traits. All right. So our primary wife, is now pregnant again. Nothing wrong with that. We're looking for women who are beautiful. Now she is beautiful. She is the most beautiful, so I think we're going to marry this beautiful woman. We do not care that she's lowborn, because she will literally be our third wife. Come, marry us, beautiful stranger. Add yourself to our household. Hopefully there's no drama created by the fact that you are lowborn and the rest of our wives are noble. Hopefully. Now that she's the same faith as us, we are going to, of course, do the most important step, which is seduce her. Oh, she's not 100% into it. Well, that's fine. We'll change her mind, won't we? We will change her mind. So far, we've had no real conflict between our wives, which is good. We have a couple of things we could think about as this number ticks up. We are out of debt. We are out of debt. Look at that. We could attack down here, he's not that strong right now, and one of the interesting things about this is we could take his literal capital from him. Huge insult. It would be logical for us to do that, because if we want to just, like, keep our de jure duchies organized, Kabulistan is a place that we already have one location to, just like Mahatajid is, so taking this would probably be good. He won't like it. It's also like his heartland. We would be taking his heartland. How should I approach Maharani Anuradha? I think we're gonna call her Anura. She seems like a reserved individual who prefers silence as a companion. At least that's how she appears on the surface. Who knows what sort of person she is in private? Is she meek and submissive, or perhaps passionate and fiery? I'll find out once I have breached her stony exterior. For now, I have to decide how to make myself remain in her thoughts after spending some time alone. Okay. Well, I mean, she's compassionate, so she might like charming. She's also diplomatic. Approach her tenderly as a friend. How to try ardent lovers and see if that's any good for us. I managed to get a moment alone with Maharana Anura. I bide my time balancing flattery and conversation. Then, as the mood settles, I reach out and clasp Anara's hand in mine. I lay bare my feelings for Anara and declare my undying love. Not even in my wildest dreams could I imagined you were this passionate, Kalaza, she exclaims, while desperately fanning herself. While she doesn't respond to my proclamation in kind, I'm certain that the shade of red on her ears is due to her blushing furiously at my bold words. Haha, good job. Good instincts, young man. Good instincts. Now, we have to try to figure out what we're gonna do. Guy down here, varying between stronger and weaker than us. Maybe we should make that move right away. What's in a name? With the babe cradled in her arms, Kamala looks up at me, her face the picture of serenity. Could we name her after Rupsundari, my implacable sister? She seems like a fine woman. Seems like a perfectly fine name. Yes, we shall name our daughter after your sister. I think her short form is going to be Roop. Roop! Join the court, Roop. Join the court. I probably need to get a court tutor at this point, since I have literally a million... Oh, I have a prisoner. Who are you, and why have you been languishing in my dungeon? You can just go. So, picking our court tutor. I think we already saw that we have somebody who will be a decent candidate. In fact, yes, this woman who is married to one of our knights. At least he was one of our knights. No, he's just a courtier now. That's fine. He used to be our chancellor, I think, before I put the new guy ahead of him. So we'll give her the job. So we have let our one prisoner who is stuck in our prison go. We have nothing really against him. He doesn't need to stay. I do want to do this. Do I really want to take his capital? That's gonna make him so mad. Gonna make him so mad. But I mean, we are trying to prove ourselves to be a warrior king, right? Like a legendary warrior king. And legendary warrior kings do go to war. Problem is we have no money, but we're not gonna gain any money. There's no money coming. So I think we declare this war. I think we're just gonna be so super cheeky. Just gonna move our flag down here. Gonna look at our allies. Either one of them would join us. We only really need the Raj again. Raise all here. And then we're just gonna immediately go in. We're not gonna wait because he's gonna be weak after this battle. Oh, he is not weak. Oh no, he's walking away with the other guy. Yeah. So let's head in here and immediately begin our siege. The hope is that we can have our siege completed by the time our ally shows up, so that we can defend the territory, and our ally maybe will be able to go down there and make a mess. It's gotta be a little annoying that we're trying to take his actual capital right out from underneath him when he's already dealing with a war. And I think it's like the bad kind of war too. I think this is a tyranny war, but he is winning it. He is at least winning the tyranny war. That's good for him. I mean, he'll make it harder for him to win if he decides to deal with us instead of his own problems. Let's speed the siege up. Okay, so this is me. This is this guy just south of me. He is a regular Vanishnavite. He wants us to be friends. Got no problem with that. Oh, his daughter died in childbirth, apparently. Her spouse also died. That's a tragic story. So rare to find a true friend. It is. You know, I kind of wish that you weren't underneath this dangerous southern kingdom here, because the Ghaznavids, if you were separate from the Ghaznavids, we could probably consider trying to get you to join us. It did a lot of work, though. An inappropriate exchange. So this is our hostage, Raja. My hostage, Raja, seems to enjoy our latest feast immensely. Afterwards, he couldn't stop talking about the feeling that locking eyes with one of the younger servants had caused in him. He wants to be lusty. Oh. I mean, is it our responsibility to make this guy good? I mean, we're lusty. It hasn't hurt us any. Yeah, you go ahead. Go ahead. I think we've ruined this child. I mean, he's an excellent diplomat, but that's not what he wanted to be. A meeting of minds. It surprises me that Anura and I would get caught up in the discussion of military matters, but she seems almost as passionate about the subject as I am. She is incredibly well informed, too. I never knew we had so much in common. Seductive ideas. Or smoldering chemistry. I actually think that, because we're already at 95%, I think the seductive ideas to help me in my war is more more useful at this time, which is kind of funny. I think, I don't know, Kabul is a really good province. We'll probably hold it ourselves for a while and then eventually give it to our mother. Alright, so our new wife, Anura, is pregnant. We are going to have 1 million children. My beloved wife, the servants have been sent away and our bed has been decorated with seashells. As Maharani Anura enters our chamber, she smiles nonchalantly and joins me without any hesitation, with the help of hands and mouths and limbs. Yes. We have succeeded at seducing our third wife. We now have 2 lovers and a soulmate among our wives. We're losing money, of course, because that's what happens when you go to war. It's just the way it goes. We are about to finish this siege. And once we finish this siege, I'm not sure what we'll do next. I don't know that I want to engage too forward with him. So many debt debuffs. So many lack of control debuffs. We're gonna have to just bite the bullet and make our commander deal with this stuff. We probably shouldn't have been neglecting it. We probably should have put him right back on this right away, but I really wanted to save some money on my troops. I don't know. Maybe we're gonna have to work on control raising stuff with our next martial perks. There is no end to the opinions and wants of my son and heir, Harsa. Half of the time he is trying to tell me what to do instead of the other way around. Ah, boy. What a great kid you are. Flame, betrayal. Is that cooing I hear, and some muffled mews? Sat in an alcove is Pariti, flame cradled in her arms. The feline looks up at her adoringly, limbs tucked in like a babe's, and smitten with Pariti's rocks him lovingly. I offer a greeting, but though the human responds, the cat merely purrs contentedly and burrows his face into the crook of an arm. Despite myself, I feel something of a pang of jealousy. Cat rejection? So she gains opinion of me. We lose some stress because we're compassionate. We get rejected by our cat. I'm going to be rejected by the cat. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And then I'm going to seduce the... this is the highest it's been for her, because she doesn't like us because she is compassionate. Because we are compassionate and she's callous. I don't think it's going to get any better than this. I think... You know, maybe not. Now's not the time. Maybe we wait a bit before we push that. An enemy ally has joined the war. Okay. And we gained a martial perk. Nice. Nice. Promising prospects. Marriage acceptance, close family, extended family. And that leads to loyalty and respect. I think we're just going straight down here. Should be able to get some better marriages for our family that way. Now, his military force currently is stronger. I think we just can move down here and do this siege. Hope that our allies help it out. Let's do the what's in a name first. With the babe cradle in her arms, Anara wipes tears from her cheeks and addresses me without taking her eyes off our daughter. My love, I have been thinking I want to name her Kamlesh. I always loved that name. Sure, Kamlesh is a perfectly good name. I will be naming his sons after his 2 historic sons before I use anything else like I did the first time, but he has no historical daughters, so they can be named whatever. Okay, the true enemy of every soldier is complacency. My marshal, Dampati Niraj, says before taking a couple of deep breaths. We are standing side by side on my Durga's walls, looking down on the soldiers conducting drills below. We could exchange the Durga's gate for planks of wood, and dull the arrows in the troops' quivers, he continues. Lead the soldiers in a mock charge against the Durga and see how well they do in action. A good idea. You should lead the defenders. I think we're gonna do the mock siege. Under siege, first charge. So we have we have to get in. Yes. In the lull of battle, I turn to address my soldiers. My orders ring out loud and clear across the field. So we're gonna go through the sewers because we have that option available to us. We progress very well because of it. The stairwell echoes as another dulled weapon bounces off the middle pillar. For the second time in a matter of minutes, I curse the tight spiral that blocks us from swinging our weapons at the defenders. Don't let up, we'll overwhelm them. It's a 57% chance to succeed. It's a diplomacy challenge and we're terrible at it. One at a time, stay alert. Let's do this. Good, under siege, battlement bravado. Taking the final step onto the walls surrounding the Durga, I survey the scene. Many soldiers may have been lost to the archers on the walls, but we are not deterred. One after another, we overwhelm the defenders and stand victorious over the fallen. It is interesting that we are leading a mock siege while our soldiers are actually engaging in a real war in the field. Everyone with me is a martial challenge. Archers, take up your positions. I think we do this. Just because we want to succeed. You know what? Maybe... I mean, we do think of ourselves as a great warrior king, so maybe we push our luck here. Oh, that sucks. Well, we failed. We failed at the last moment because we tried something that we weren't so good at. Maybe we're not the commander we thought we were. Maybe we should have been a little bit less aggressive there. Well, everybody seems invigorated, and we gain improved defenses, which is fine. That's fine. I mean, we did our very best. And so Kamala is pregnant, that's our main wife, and then right at the same time, our second leg, Bova, is pregnant as well. We are going to have 6 trillion children. There's going to be so many children. We haven't even had a second son yet, which is actually kind of interesting. So we're completing another siege down here, and our ally is sort of arrayed himself around us. Let's You know, this is actually fine. All of our wives are pregnant. We have many pregnant wives right now. We need a guardian for our oldest daughter, and she is diplomatic. Do we have a good diplomat that can do this? Anara can do it. So Anara will do it. We're not going to send her to university. We have no money. We're so in debt. Another daughter. Kamala has no idea for the name for this child. Asamadi is fine. We'll keep Asamadi as her name. And a son. All right, so we're going to pause here for a second so we can get the proper name for our son. Utkarsa is the name of our second son, so we are going to name our second son that. We have many children. Let's negotiate release. Wait, no, that's not right. Let's see if we can ransom her to help us with our debt. So 50 gold is the max. We're gonna hold her for now. I guess we can just continue to siege in this direction here, just around this corner. Oh, we also have his son and heir, eh? This boy, he's worth 100, so we're gonna hold them both. I don't think either one of them's gonna escape. Let's hold them because there is enough gold in those two if we can actually let him gain some of his money back to pay off our debts. Let's name this son after an ancestor. Simharaja is the name of the first member of our line, so we will name our son after him. We're doing a good job of sieging this down. Hopefully we can get through this fast. Let's just speed it up a little bit more. Flame the troublemaker! My chancellor approaches me in rage. Ah, yes. He's just a cat, dude. He's just a cat. What's that gonna do about his liking of me? It's gonna take it to negative. Well, let's sway him. Oh, look. Our wife is pregnant again. Fully grown, my hostage Raja is now a man and looking forward to being soon sent home. As is custom, his grandfather will certainly be hoping as much. I, however, must look to the interests of my own house. Get your things, it's time to go home. So we have become friends. It's actually really cool. I am going to allow him to go home. And he did okay. His education did okay. He is a skilled tactician, you know, that's good. It's not spectacular, but he's not also the worst. And we also gained some piety for that, which helped us become more aligned with our faith. That's nice. They're going to siege these two down. I might just let them finish this war for me. Oh wait, that was a mistake. Ah, because this is actually... No, they're gonna siege this down and this down, which is perfectly fine as well. Let's let them do that while we desperately try to make some money back. So we can definitely ransom his wife, which is good, and hopefully he makes some more money during this this war. Claim on Kashmir. To who? Who is this? This is just some random guy. How could you do this? This is definitely a fabricated claim, which means it's an action that this dude took on purpose. Who is he exactly? Oh, he is... Yeah, he is Trigarta. You? After the support, you know, I was actually avoiding looking at you as a target. You know that? Because of the fact we have a history together and the fact that we fought together, our dynasties fought together in the past, but no more. Gloves off. Gloves off. We're just gonna immediately go up here. Just pause this for a second. And we're gonna put you... We're gonna tell you that I would like for you to fabricate a claim down there. Thanks. We could use some lowland territory, to be honest. As soon as I enter the room, I notice my soulmate, Kalama, acting distant and aloof. I walk over to her and put a hand on her shoulder. What's the matter? She looks at me for a moment. It is this place. It's so understimulating. Her shoulders shrug. I don't know what to do with myself. Maybe you could socialize a bit. There's a 40% chance to make her closer to one of my other wives, and a 40% chance to make them enemies, a 20% chance nothing happens. We could suggest that she tries to improve her intrigue, but that's not really that important to me, I don't think. You know, I being the kind of man I am, would try to tell her to socialize, and they've become closer to being rivals. We made a mess. So apparently my wife does not have really any interest in becoming social with her. 10 gold. We're gonna have to raise the kid. We're gonna have to ransom the kid for whatever money he has when the war ends, because we don't wanna give him back. Actually, he's not actually his, so truth be told, we don't have to worry about that. We can keep him in our prison until he's worth the amount of money we need for him. We do have some serious problems, though, that have developed from this. There we go. Our ally has finished his siege, which has allowed us to enforce our demands. We now control Kabul down here. But we are stretched thin. We are stretched thin. We need to increase our control in a lot of different areas, and we don't really have any way to do that. We don't have the money to hire a steward, which would help. I feel a sharp twinge of jealousy in my chest as I look over to the source of laughter. It's a feeling known to me, yet it's unlike me to feel this way. I know I ought to be thankful that our guest, Deepak, appears to get along well with Anura, but there's something in how the two interact that worries me. Their smiles are the kind that lifelong friends or devoted lovers share. They unabashedly act as if though they're the only ones in the room. I mean, she was complaining that she was having a hard time finding things to do recently. That was my main wife who had that event, right? No, this isn't my main wife. No, this is my low-born, beautiful wife. Well, I mean, it's all the same though, right? I could encourage their bond and try to make it go well. I could put a stop to it, which doesn't really feel like me. I could stay out of it. There's a 33% chance they become best friends or more. If I participate, let's just see how it turns out. Their interest peters out. Since we're here, let's hold court. It is horrible to hold court when you're poor. It's one thing that you learn as a king early on. You know, a Maharaja learns very early on that holding court when you're poor is a bad idea, but let's do it anyway. Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors of the hall. A stream of people file in, some lining up in front of my throne while others move out of the way so they can simply observe the proceedings. Gesture for the first in line to approach. In a brief moment of silence, I see Anata observing a fly crawling on some gilded decorations before realizing that it's his turn to speak. Son, he says, giving him some precious time to finalize his thoughts. Smiles and laughter are a great indicator of a lively court. Thus, I have a suggestion for someone who would make a great jester to entertain us, who could come to visit. You want? How much is this gonna cost me? He doesn't want to be court jester. I lose opinion of him if I make him the court jester. This is not a peasant's market. No, I don't feel that way, but I also don't want somebody who literally hates me and it's going to hate me even more if I make him court jester, right? Like, that's not a thing. Does this guy matter? The question is always, is the guy who's complaining, does he matter? He's my vassal. He's lowborn. He holds a theocratic barony. Let's do it. Let's make our father happy and make this guy a jester. Yeah, that was probably a mistake. I probably shouldn't be out here trying to make enemies, but you know, it happens, right? One of my guards approaches my guest Dipak in chains, trailing behind him. I caught Dipak here in the process of sending sensitive information to foreign spies in Mariul. What should we do with him? Off with his head. I might be able to use the hook. He's the one who my wife liked. But their relationship sort of fell apart, and he's not very sane. I think we're gonna take the hook. You never know when hook will be useful, so we'll take that hook. My liege! Bavara. His voice is severe. I request that we launch an investigation into the infamous preacher in Srinagar. You see, this preacher is, well, she's a woman. This is not in accordance with our faith. I don't have the money to employ a high almoner. I think we're gonna have to do this, but I don't think that's a good thing. Okay, let's see how much damage we've done. One, we've hired somebody who we can't afford. That's great. Oh, so are we declining in control here? Do we have any positive control? Oh, so the base value is +1, yeah, so we're only holding to base value. Oh, that's not really good. It could be worse. Could be worse. We cannot afford this guy we just hired, though. And he doesn't want to do the job anyway. So, like, we could just accept the cost of prestige. We don't have a lot of prestige to just spend it on stuff like this. But we're gonna remove him just to get the money back. It was a bad mistake, and we shouldn't have done it. Very much an error, that was. Very much an error. Listening to our father's foolish ideas. That is something that we really have to avoid doing. Our mother might be predatory, manipulative, and mean, but our father is a fool. That's something we're gonna have to remember for the future. Hopefully this guy will make some money so we can get rid of our debt faster by giving him his wife back. That is our main plan for getting out of debt now that we're deeply in it, and I think we're going to call an end to this episode here. We have expanded. We have made our situation somehow worse. I'm pretty sure we're just going to have to bite the bullet and grab Serve the Crown. The other thing we could do, now that this is a little bit higher, is we can just switch to Authority Focus. That's probably a good idea. Let's switch to Authority Focus. Just to help us with all of our control problems, and then maybe we still get Serve the Crown, you know? Though, to be honest, I'm not sure that's right. Well, either way, thank you for watching, and I will see you the next time that we are here with Maharaja Lohara. The next time we're here with Maharaja Kalaza of Lohara. I think we're starting to get a feel for our limits and what we can actually do. Maybe we'll make some responsible decisions next time.